Welcome back to Keep It Good. I'm your host, Carly.
And I'm your host, Emily.
So, next week is our season finale. Can't believe it,
Believe it. It's
right?
just wild. We are so incredibly thankful to all of our listeners, and the guests that we have on have just been amazing. And we've had just really eye opening discussions.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah. So thankful that they just kind of gave us their time and their tips and knowledge and let us pick their brain. And they were so authentic and real and just, it was such a cool season. I learned so much,
Oh,
so
me
much,
too. It
right?
really was incredible. We're
Yeah.
just so happy to be building this beautiful community. And thank you for everybody who's reached out to us and who has, asked to maybe even come on the podcast. Keep them coming.
Yeah. We've already been kind of collaborating and planning for season 3, but we still have some spots left. If you are brave enough and willing enough to come on and share your story, your business, your message, whatever it is that you want to get out there, there's still room, and we can always, mix and rearrange to fit your schedule. I know a lot of people were confused at first when they reached out because they thought they would have to travel to us, but all of our guests have been remote. So I know we have a lot of listeners overseas, and we thought it would be so cool to kind of invite you into our world and hear a little bit about yours. So don't let the time zone or
Freak
anything.
you out.
Yeah, we can make it work. And I think that would be so cool to hear from you. We see you. We'd
Hmm.
love to get to know you and just hear your story and let's connect. So if you are interested, we have an email, keepitgood10@yahoo.com. And we're also on Instagram at keep_it good. So please reach out. Let's, just create more ripples. This is so cool.
Yes, it's really incredible. And again, we're just so grateful that we were able to even do a season 2 and that we're able to start a season 3.
Hmm.
It's just been very magical. So, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we're here for it. And yes, season 3 is going to be amazing. And we want we want to have more of our beautiful guests on.
Yeah. So next week is our season finale.
Yes.
It's unlike anything we've ever done because we have our last and final guest for the season who happens to be a gentleman. Our first male
Yes.
guest is gracing us with his presence. And let me tell you, his story is, it's so inspirational. He's a legend. I'm not going to give away too much because you'll
Right.
have to wait and see. But the way he lives his life and everything, he really encompasses like every episode of this season. And it was
Yes.
just the perfect wrap up. So, I'm excited for next
Yay
week
for
to
next
come out.
week. Yes.
But hopefully, by him being brave enough to come on and be on this like girls podcast, it'll invite more men because we would love to hear your point of view. So stay tuned for that. What else did we want to
Well,
say quick?
I mean, building off of what you literally just said about the ripple effect, I feel like so much that we've learned from, say, like the resolutions and our executive function coach who is on, and the behavioralist, and our hype girl episode. These are just it's a ripple effect, right? Like everything that we've learned, even in season 1, some of the things and different guests we had on, everything creates a ripple. And so I think today is a great day to start talking about the ripple effect and what it is. And I think it
I know.
encompasses both of our seasons.
Yeah. You never really understand how much your everyday actions will affect other people. And I guess you never really get to see the end of that, right? Like that was,
Well, that's the incredible part. It's like we've talked above and beyond about how what you do can affect the next person and whatever, but the actual ripple effect is interesting because, like you just said, you don't see the end of it. Like you don't know where that ends with what what you're doing or sharing or giving people. And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of starting this for us was to kind of throw that first pebble out and see what kind of effect we can have. We'd love to kind of uplift people and show them their qualities and their strengths and to realize that we are all the same kind of in the end. We all have struggles, we all have wins. And it's really about just like facing life every day with a positive mindset and just hearing all these different stories and all these things. It's just been so incredible for us. I didn't realize it would change me so much.
Right.
Like here we are trying to help other people and uplift them in a weird time in life. But wow, it was so like transformative for myself. I don't know about you, Em.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, incredible. Yeah, absolutely.
right? Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
like what a gift. People say, like, why do you do this? You know, like there's not much in it for you. But there is. There's so much in it for us. It's I don't know, it's that intrinsic feeling that just it
Well,
does.
and
It makes you feel good.
yeah, having somebody reach out and say, "Oh my gosh, my child was just, diagnosed with something, and this episode helped me so much. I can't even believe it. Thank you. I didn't know that was part of it."
Yeah.
You know, it's been so good and fills my cup,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess, right?
Yeah. It fills the cup, but like also it's changed my household,
Mhm.
because
Right.
especially season 2 for me, we I just went back and it's funny, like I talked to a friend the other day and she was like sending me kind of helpful tips and stuff. And I was like, she's like, I just listened to the one about behaviors and like we did this and I was like, oh wow, like the way that we record is so far off from when we put them out that when I do listen to them when they come out and it's like what we recorded that like 3 months ago or something,
Mhm.
the amount of growth we've already like established in our household is remarkable because then you listen to it and you're like, oh my God, we were there and now we're here. All thanks to the guidance of these awesome guests and like just continuing to learn new things, try new things. Like I started teaching the boys about the ripple effect because it really was just like one thing leads to the next, and it could either be in a good way or a bad way. And we have the control to either continue that good ripple or stop that one in its tracks. And
Well, that's it too. There's also bad ripples,
yeah, oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's knowing how to stop and get out of that bad
yeah,
ripple so
uh-huh.
it's not affecting other people in a negative way, or to be the good ripple, you know?
Yeah,
Be that
yeah,
good pebble that's being thrown into the river and, see where that ripples out to.
yeah. I mean, I know our last couple of episodes have been about the morning struggles, but I would like to share some great news.
Mhm.
We kind of went through and, you know, listened to all the episodes and took the tidbits that we think would work for us. Cause, like I said, every family's different, every household. Some things will work, some things won't, right? But we kind of came up with this plan. And by literally going through, like last week was about listening. So we had a really good talk with our kids,
Yes.
incorporated them into the plan. There was one about the executive functioning. We put in tips with that. We put in tips with Leanne. And so we came up with this awesome plan. Okay. Mornings 101. Um, so the kids had actually come up with this idea called Mom Bucks, where you can earn with good behavior a certain amount of, I just bought them on Amazon. They're like fake money. Because going on with what Leanne said, no one works for free. I was like, well, yes, okay, I understand
Mhm.
that now. And we can definitely play into this. So we split it up where one kid has one job, say breakfast. The other kid has the other job, getting lunches and water bottles together. The big issue that we had was no the 2 kids should never be on the same floor at the same time, right? Just
Okay,
never works out. They are
that's fair.
not doing right? They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're fooling around, they're getting in trouble. So, we eliminated that by 1 kid goes up and we follow the 3. like Margot suggested, brush your teeth, make your bed, get dressed. That's all you're responsible for. While they're doing that, the other kid is doing their job, and then they switch. So there's no room for that to get
Interaction. There's no room for
right.
interaction.
There's no room for them to even be tempted to fool around in those vital minutes before school.
Mhm.
So now the mom bucks, right? We made up a list of things that they can earn. So if you save up, say 10 mom bucks, you got 10 minutes on the computer or 10 minutes later bedtime or 10 minutes of snuggles, like whatever. You could save them and then save up to 20. Well, maybe you get to pick dinner one night that week or you get to pick movie night or they're all things that you can earn that aren't going to cost me money. They're
Right.
things that I'm okay with you earning, you know.
Yes.
And then if you really want to save your money, 50 and 100, it would be like a yes day for 100, a family fun night out, bowling, movies, whatever. So it kind of gives them it kind of gives them the option of, instant pleasure or
Mhm.
long-term goals as well. And so far so good. I mean, from where we were that other morning when I was like ready to pull my hair out, oh my god, it's been working out so good. And I'm just so thankful for all of because I couldn't have come up with that by myself. That was
Mhm.
a collaborative effort of listening to my kids, listening to the advice of Margot and Leanne,
Right.
bringing it back to basics and, getting out of my comfort zone because what worked for me was not working for my kids. So I
Right.
had to kind of,
Well, and when we were discussing, like, how to do this, we were saying, like, this is how morning kinda starts it, especially for the kiddos, like, they wake up and we have to decide if this is gonna be a good day or a bad day, right? And whatever mood they're in, like, they were doing what we wanted them to do.
hmm
And like we said, that wasn't working. So it was like a way of, okay, well, they're old enough now. How do you want your morning to go? Do you want to brush your teeth and get dressed before you come downstairs? Like these were the conversations I had with mine.
yeah,
Do you want to come down first, eat breakfast, rest for a couple minutes, get dressed absolutely last? Like what makes you feel good? What's going to
yeah,
make your morning feel the way you want it to go? And totally agreed. There is no more yelling. I mean, we've
right?
had a couple mornings, but, um and it's just gone so much smoother, and then there's that sense of, like, reward. Like you said, it's not like, "Oh, it's a trip to Target because you have $5."
Yeah,
Um, and I did this years ago, with the advice from my mother-in-law who was a principal and a special ed teacher, but it should never be something that's going to be necessarily like a treat, like a candy or a, like, actual
right,
money thing.
right.
It should be something, like, within the home and a little extra, like you said, staying up a little later,
Yep,
getting to pick the family movie that night instead of the rotation that it usually is or whatever, something kind of fun that they feel like they're in control of, and it really has been working.
right. And
Yes.
it's just, I mean, because I was thinking about it too, like, oh my God, if somebody told me that I could not wake up and have coffee right away, like I had to jump in the shower and I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I would be like, uh,
No, thank
raging.
you.
Yeah, like, no. Like, it is, because you have to kind of put yourself in their shoes too, and I didn't think about that because 'cause I'm just the mom and we gotta get this done and blah, 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 blah. Well, no wonder because I'm making them do stuff that they're not ready to do. Maybe it takes them 10 minutes to, like, kind of wake up and then they're or maybe, like, my oldest one, he's good. He just wants to, like, make his bed first thing in the morning. Perfect. Get
Right.
that done. You're dressed? Awesome. Now all you have to do is brush your teeth. It's like everyone has their own way of doing things, and you kinda have to meet them where they're at, and so far, it's been night and day. So thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Margot.
Mhm.
Thank you I mean, everybody put in their little tidbits to, like, help us revamp this household, and it's so far, knock on wood, it's working. We found it, but, I mean, that's what kinda got us onto this ripple notion because I was telling the boys, like, the other day, my son, my little one, came downstairs, "Good morning," and he's all dressed and he's ready to go, and I'm like, "Oh my god, good morning," and he, like, filled me up, right off the bat, I was like, "Oh, okay. Nice to see you. You look like you woke up on the right side of the bed." Then he was extra nice to his brother. So then in return, his brother was like super nice to me. And so we had like a phenomenal morning and we're sitting at the bus stop. And I said, "Do you guys know what the ripple effect is?" And they're like, "What?" And so then I
Mhm.
just started. I said, "Do you see how it totally set the whole morning in motion, just the way," and I, like, praised my little guy because he was the pebble in the
Yes.
day.
Right.
He was the one who decided to come downstairs with the best attitude ever, and he literally was like an infection to all of us, like, in the best way. And so then now our new thing is when they go to school, I say, "Be a ripple, be a good one," because 'cause
Mhm.
I'm teaching them there's bad ones too.
Right. It's just we don't, are we creating ripples we don't like, or are we creating good ripples?
Yeah.
It's like
I know, I never thought of it like the
as a
opposite.
negative, yeah.
Yeah. It was always like, "Hold a door for someone," like, that's all kind
Right,
of we
just kindness type things, yeah.
yeah, but, I mean, I was kind of creating a ripple in a bad way with how I expected them to act in the
Same.
morning, right?
Yes,
And, yeah, so it was a little bit of introspection that I'm not always right. There's room to grow, there's room to change in the best
always.
ways. Yeah, always. Um, so, yeah, it was just a cool way how this whole season 2 really helped our household and yours,
Mhm.
without even realizing or planning it that way.
Yes, right, right.
Like all things happen for a reason. That's my saying in life.
Mhm.
And it really did. We had people reach out to come on and share their wisdoms, like Jess with her shadow work.
Yes. Yep.
That was a big eye opener for me. And I
Mhm.
continue to use her tools. And it was just like what we needed in that moment came to us. And and I hope that it's been kind of working for other people too, because like I said, that was the point to just
That
kind of share,
exactly.
right?
That's the point of this whole thing. This is what we wanted it to be, and we really hope that everyone is gaining a little introspective of whatever they're needing at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody reached out and actually one of the reviews I was looking back because sometimes I don't see, like, I don't get notifications. So, like,
Right.
I'll have to like randomly go on and be like, "Oh my god, somebody left a review." And it was like basically saying like every episode gives them something they needed right at that moment. And I
Mhm.
was like, "I love that. I love that so much. Like that's what makes this whole thing worth it
Yes.
and it motivates us to keep going. So please keep letting us know that. You might think it's silly to like, "Oh, I don't want to leave a review." You don't know how much that means to us to just see where that ripple is going and to see if
Mhm.
is this worth it? Should we keep doing this? Are people even, you know?
Right. Well, and like by even just reaching out, like, "Oh, I have an idea, maybe not me, but this is what I'm looking for," or "Can you find someone to
Yeah.
talk to about this?" That's a ripple. Because now
Yeah.
what you need, and if we find someone for what you need, like, that might reach someone else who also needs it, and your ripple might be over in, like, St. Lucia,
Yeah.
like,
Or
where
s
that person's
or
listening and
Singapore. Like I just
yeah,
saw Singapore ding up on our thing and I'm like, "Oh my god, hi. Hey."
yeah.
You know? Like all
So,
these places are so
yeah, these
cool.
little things all make quite an effect. So, again, just another big thank you to everybody who listens and reaches out.
Yeah. And it kinda got me thinking too, like, we put so much emphasis on well, this is how it got me thinking, okay? It wasn't just like a random
Start
idea.
over.
Let me just go way back. So the other day I'm at work and I have always had a problem hearing this, but then, like, this really just set me off was, um, like, my right-hand girl at work, we got into the subject of, like, I don't even know what we were talking about, and she goes, "Well, I'm just a tech," and, like, whatever, and I was like, "What? Are you kidding me right now? Don't ever say that. I'm just a tech." Like, no, like, your self-worth, honey, you touch lives that you don't even realize. We should never put an emphasis on our purpose or our reason in this life for our occupation, you know? And like, there's a job for everybody. I mean, the world would not go around if we didn't have somebody to fill in those positions. But never think for a minute that you're less than.
Exactly.
Your life is based on what you put into it. And I'm sorry, but there are CEOs who are assholes
Mhm.
and do nothing good for this world. And there are people who have nothing, but they give so much kindness. And just they are that ripple in this world that everyone needs. And I was just like, oh, like it broke my heart to hear her say that about herself when I'm telling you, she's like one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. Selfless, kind, generous, like the change that she makes in our patients' lives because she is so attentive and like she's a phenomenal part of our hospital. And for
Yeah,
her to think that she is less than broke my heart to pieces. Because guess what? During COVID, the hospital would not run without every single person involved. That goes
right.
to cafeteria, to maintenance,
Yeah.
to, you know,
Yeah, janitorial, everything, yeah.
yeah, everything. Nothing would run smooth if one person was missing. So, in order for the world to go around, yeah, we are vital no matter what we do in this world. But the
Yes.
most important thing that we do is how we treat others.
Well, and
And
treat yourself too, right? Self-love, again, another episode. It's just
yeah,
it all goes
I
around.
know. Yeah, and it just kind of did open my eyes and I was like thinking about this like the whole day. I'm like, "Oh my god. I hope that she now thinks of herself differently after I
Right.
reamed her out." But
Well, you're dealing with people in a time of probably one of the worst times of their life, like they're in the hospital, they're unwell, they're sick, they're, whatever. So
oh yeah, no one wants to be at the
no one wants,
hospital.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you see that probably more too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking forward to like next episode
Hmm.
because it was just kind of interesting how when we met up with our I don't want to give it away,
I
but
know, I know.
this guy is just so freaking cool. And when we met up to kind of talk with him first, we had brought up the year of the horse and like it was just all very organic how the conversation like went from one thing to another. And there's more things with that I'm not going to mention because
We could have had him on for hours, so just,
yes.
like,
Oh, yeah. We
you're
tried
getting a little piece of it, but
a little smidge of his story, which is just ridiculously inspiring and, goosebumps, like but so we decided to hold off and leave him for last because the year of the horse actually starts on the 17th, which is next Tuesday, and that is the day that he'll be wrapping things up for us. But, we were thinking, like, why has it been so freaking intense, like, these past couple of months? Like, even just the past couple of weeks have been like, whoa, like, thought this was a new year, new me, woo, woo. No, it was like, we realized, yeah, this is the ending of the year of the snake, the
Mhm.
final shedding.
The
So it was
shedding.
like, right, like all this craziness. The year of the horse is going to be like full momentum forward, just good things. I'm excited for everybody involved with the year of the horse because I just feel like this is going to be a phenomenal stepping stone to change the trajectory of everybody's life, you know?
Yes.
We are closing out a huge cycle right now. But yeah, Year of the Horse is next Tuesday. So exciting. Um so yeah, we just kind of started thinking like what kind of ripples can you create? Maybe be a little bit more conscious about your everyday small habits, you know?
Yeah, the decisions you make and
Yeah.
how you approach it's not even how you approach people, it's, like, how you approach life, how you approach each situation, how you take that next step. It's just everything is a ripple.
Yeah. And don't ever underestimate the power of your one little choice. I mean, your one little idea, you could share it with your friend and then she puts it on Facebook and now 50 people have seen it and then they share it. And now,
You don't know where it ends.
yeah, you don't know where it ends, but you know where it begins. And
Mhm.
we should all try and begin making those kind and generous and good ripples in this world. And I just want to throw this out there because we are in need. But a few years ago, like I said, I work at the hospital and we have a lot of prayer shawls like in this closet. And I noticed one day after COVID that bin was empty. And so I had no, we often give them to like our hospice patients, when they're just to give them some comfort, And I noticed it was empty and I'm like, well, shit, how do I even get prayer shawls, And so my mom taught me how to knit. So she was knitting some, I was knitting some. And then I had just reached out on Facebook. I showed them a very basic stitch that I was working on. And I said, if anyone knows how to knit, please, I'm calling all knitters. Like, we need more prayer shawls. If anyone's willing to put in a little bit of time, and it does take time. So I really do appreciate anyone who really puts in a few hours of knitting, but wouldn't you know, I had like 13 bags all donated from that one Facebook message.
Right.
And it filled my cup.
It's incredible.
And they don't even realize like how many other families they brought comfort to in the time that they need it most in life. It's like a little hug from you
Yeah.
that you would never see, but you know in your heart that it's going somewhere really special. So we
Well, and
are
so many people,
empty.
yes. And that's for all the local hospitals, obviously.
Yeah.
You could do it for the NICUs. You could make hats for the babies. And
Yeah.
like, there's just so many things you can do. And the shawls is just amazing because I know quite a few people who knit or crochet. And, there's only so many scarves and winter
Right.
hats you can pass out to your family and
Right.
friends.
Yeah, I
But if
know.
it's something you do to keep yourself, calm, or you sit there and it just keeps your mind free, at night while you're watching a show or whatever, let's
Yeah.
start making some prayer shawls. That's
Yeah, and I
incredible.
mean, and it's something that you wouldn't think
Mhm.
to really do, but I mean, nursing homes and hospitals are
Mhm.
always in need. I don't know where you're from, if reach out and just see because we run low really quick and right now I didn't see any in the closet on my last shift. So I wanted to put that out there to kind
Oh,
of,
I love
you
that.
know, build up that closet again, build up the closet in your community too, because it really does bring a lot, a lot of comfort, especially for the ones who don't have family around. Just the thought of somebody thinking of them, it's just special. So
Yeah.
that's one way that you can put out a ripple in case you're wondering, like, well, what can I do? There you
Yeah.
go.
Right,
There you go.
something in the community is huge. You're gonna have to teach me how to knit.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it, I only started because of that empty
Yeah.
closet, and I'm happy it did because it really is relaxing.
Mm.
But with this, you're like putting love in every stitch and
Right.
you're stitching with intention and like, it's just kind of a cool little activity to kind of wind down at night or whenever you want. And I mean, people would make fun of me because I'd be at my kids' soccer
That's what I'm envisioning
practice.
right now, actually, is
Yeah.
you knitting at the soccer
Yeah. I
games.
was just like all by myself knitting. They're like, oh, what do you, I look like a fool, but I don't care 'cause
Mhm.
it's not about me. It's about my patients. And I'm just happy to be able to do that. But I mean,
That's
that
such a good
one,
idea.
that one Facebook, and you kind
Yeah.
of, you feel stupid putting it out there. Like, but that's the only way things get done is by being vulnerable and being like, "Hey, I have this idea. It might be stupid, but we are in need, and, like, I started it. Maybe you could too." And
Right. Well, then, you know what? You start to see too sometimes, like, keeping it, it's out there now. So now you can see the ripple of, "Oh my gosh, look what she's doing now. I can do that too." And then, you're starting your own ripple. Because then maybe you're like, "Oh, hey, mom," or "Aunt Sue, can you help me? You know, I know you like to knit. Can you
yeah,
start"
and it
right?
makes them feel good too because they feel like they're contributing to something pretty special. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a
So
good
that was
idea,
just
Car.
one thing I wanted to throw out there, but there's so many ripples that you can do in your day to day. It doesn't have to be huge.
Yeah. Start with your kids, start with your family.
Yeah, yeah, and see where it goes because then your kids will go off to school and they'll be creating ripples that, often go unnoticed, but they're felt. And that feeling really goes a long way in how you conduct yourself for the rest of the day. It changes the chemical in your body. When
Yeah.
something good happens to you, you're more inclined to do something good for somebody else. And that's the ripple
Isn't
that
that
we
the
want to
truth?
create,
That's exactly. I
right?
have a quick little story too. I was just in my daughter's classroom for her birthday, and her birthday's around Valentine's Day, so we tend to do like a Valentine's Day craft. And my daughter this year, we were on Pinterest trying to figure out what we wanted to do, and we decided to make these big kind of hearts out of construction paper. And what it was the child puts their name in the middle of the heart, and then they go around the room kind of like musical chairs. So they, go to the next desk and they work like in a big circle, and each person puts something kind on that heart about that child. So it could
Oh.
be, I love your curly hair. You have cool sneakers.
Oh.
Whatever, like, basics to big things. And this one little boy wrote something very sweet on this girl's heart. And I shared with the teacher, and I was like kind of teary eyed. And he said, thank you, something along the lines of like, thank you for being there through my tough times. And I mean, we're talking third
Oh.
graders, or thank you for being there through hard things or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. So, like, these little kids, they get it. They get it
Oh, I wanna
because she
cry.
must help him in class sometime, or whatever. And I was just like, it's little, they get it, you know?
Yeah.
So be the be the person to show them even more. And this is, they're getting laminated. These kids can bring these home, and it'll just be a nice reminder of why people care for them or the kind things that they do and help. And it was just a really, really neat little craft. And it was
Oh,
awesome to see what these 8 and 9-year-olds were writing to each other. Really cute.
that's the sweetest thing I've
Hmm.
ever heard. Oh,
Yeah.
what a
Really,
cutie
really
pie.
sweet.
We should do that as adults too. You know, very, very rarely do we ever like, "Hey, I love your smile." Or, like, we don't just, like, come out with a compliment about, like, you know
Yeah.
it's nice to hear, though, what people admire about you or what
Hmm.
inspires them, and that would be a fun little girls' night.
Little exercise.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Well, wrapping up, I have a little quote. It's like the bottom half of a poem that I wrote, but it just fit.
It fits
Like
perfect.
it just fit and I found it and I'm going to share it. So, it's be the ripple, be the light and honor what we know. Be the change we want to see and watch the ripple grow. And it's basic. It's for kids, but you know, sometimes the simplest messages are the easiest ones to hear and kind of take in. So that is really what we want to encompass with this whole thing is just spreading that light. Be the ripple, be
Yeah,
you.
be the ripple. And little eyes are watching you too. So do
Hmm.
it, if not for you, do it for your kids.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got. Stay tuned for next week,
Yes.
our season finale, our first male guest. So excited. So
Can't
excited.
wait.
We hope everyone has a really great week. Throw that pebble. You might not see where it goes, but you'll know where it started. So, as always, keep it good.